Before we begin today's creepypasta narration, I just want to say thank you so much for 116 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. And if we can get to 200, I might do a live stream where I read one of my creepypastas. So if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into Madagascar Alternate Ending by Rohan Hordern. Does anyone remember the movie Madagascar? Yeah, no. It's a movie that's based around a quartet of animals ending up stranded on an island after a tragic accident. It was not exactly the Isle of Dr. Moreau, or was it? I watched a lot of DreamWorks movies when I was a kid. They were phenomenal and still are. There's a lot more of the Shrek franchise. But there's one memory that still haunts me in my head for days. It always will. It was a warm day in my area, not too hot nor too cold. I was browsing on my laptop looking up at information about the classic DreamWorks films. At that moment, I got a notification on Google Mail. The message was from no other than DreamWorks. The email read this: "Hello, DreamWorks fan from Australia. We'd like to privately share an alternate ending of one of our old films, Madagascar, made by a sacked animator, James Winterstone. After you watch this, please do not scream this anywhere. Kind regards, the DreamWorks team." I was surprised. I just got an email from DreamWorks. Well, this had to be a hoax. But I received many emails from Pixar before, but I was pretty surprised. Maybe they actually hired employees to check their emails and responded. Maybe this is some sort of gift? There was a link to the file, so I downloaded it straight to my laptop. I saw the file, and its file name was Madagascar Alternate Ending.mov. I had a bad feeling about this. However, I had the courage to watch it. I clicked on the file, but before the video played, there was a warning. This alternate ending of Madagascar was changed to match its demographic and has unsettling themes that are not suitable for children or people with sensory issues. If either you are a child or someone with sensory issues, please don't watch this. Viewer discretion is advised. I had a blank expression on my face. I hope it's just a parody ending, I spoke, turned to reassure myself. I don't want to waste time, so I'll cut right into that point. The video started. It started with the scene where Marty, Melma, and Gloria were trying to escape from the Fusas. The penguins then came to the rescue. However, there were too many Fusas for the animals and the penguins to fight. Just then, the gang heard a ferocious roar. It was coming from no other than Alex. "Alex?" Marty asked before punching a Fusa in the face with his hoof. Sorry, there's something stuck in my throat. "That's my kill! Mine," Alex said before dropping down into the ground. He proceeded to walk towards Marty, growling, licking the reins. "Alex, hungry. Alex, eat," he spoke, still walking towards his best friend. Alex then bared his claws as the ominous music continued playing. A couple of Fusas sprinkled soap over Marty as the lion was still walking up to him. Alex's eyes began to form into a shade of dark red, and when he moved his teeth towards Marty, instead of whispering, "It's so time," as in the final film, he bit Marty on the neck. Marty screamed in an agonizing way, as if his actor, Chris Rock, was getting tortured. Melman and Gloria stared in shock as to what was happening before exchanging glances. Alex continued gnawing his teeth into Marty's neck until small drops of blood can be seen dripping from his neck. Then his eyes dilated. Alex pried his teeth away from Marty, and the latter collapsed with no pulse. He then sucked the blood off his fingers and sighed in relief. "That was a good, tasty zebra," said Alex before looking directly at Gloria and Melman. It cut to a shot of Alex staring at the two animals, who are off screen, as if he was staring at me. I felt extremely uncomfortable watching this. I closed my eyes until the staring was over. Melman broke the silence by shouting, "Run, Gloria! Run!" The giraffe and hippo then made a run for it before Alex chased after them on all fours. He lunged onto Melman and started biting him. Melman began screaming, but it wasn't comical. It was blood curdling and agonizing. Gloria screamed watching her boyfriend being mauled by her friend turned right at her. Well, let's stop here. Her sleeve, she wasn't sure if Melman was her boyfriend in the first movie. It was in Madagascar 2 that they would take things to the next level, but maybe they had a crush on each other all the way back to the first movie. Who knows? Who knows? Back to the story. The blood was minor, but it was still shocking to see Melman's corpse. His eyes were blank, his mouth was agape, and he was crying blood. Alex then turned to Gloria, grinning sinisterly before saying, I'm hungry for some hippo! Gloria ran away screaming so she could find a place to hide as Alex chased her. Gloria hid in a bush and she panted to catch his breath. She looked through the bushes to catch sight of Alex, but he was nowhere to be seen. Gloria sighed in relief. However, she heard a voice say, Let's play Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Gloria turned around. It was Alex, with his pupils dilated. Alex, please, we're your friends, not food. Don't do this. Gloria pleaded as Alex stared right at her before the latter lunged onto her. Cut to a sound of the bus rustling as we could hear Alex roaring and Gloria letting out a realistic blood-curdling scream. The screaming stopped as soon as the bus stopped rustling. And then cut to the penguins alone in the rocky setting. Well, boys, this is it. The line has come down a dark path, Skipper said. Private began to sob, but his sobbing was rather realistic. I don't want to be poultry. I'm just a cute little penguin. Kowalski heard Alex's roars. It seems like we're done for. The oversized feline has found us, he remarked worriedly. Alex emerged from the bushes and walked up to the four penguins. It was nice knowing you, boys. It was nice knowing you, Skipper said sadly. Alex began to pick Private up with his jaw while the latter screamed before swallowing him whole. Rico was shocked before he started to run. Skipper and Kowalski ran too. Alex pounced on Rico and ate him whole too. Kowalski, what do we do now? Skipper asked in concern. Kowalski thought for a second before saying, We have to get to the cruise ship before any other predators try to consume us. Affirmative, Skipper said. The two remaining penguins ran through the forest, catching sight of cruise ship as seen earlier in the film. However, Alex jumped out of the bus like a jump scare and attacked Kowalski, rolling off scream. I can hear Kowalski's agonizing screams as he was being eaten alive by Alex. Skipper watched in horror before falling to his rear and sulking. You're next, avian boy, Alex teased as he slowly approached Skipper. It showed a shot of Skipper's point of view of Alex's face until he threw his face forward with slackjaw and a cut to black with Skipper's scream. It then faded to a scene where the Fusas were chatting. Just then, Alex approached the hideout. My Fusas, I am now your king. We pray, we hunt, we eat, and we roam. Bow down to me. Alex monologued. Okay, stop it again. Where was King Julian and Martin? Was Rowan, if you're watching. Comment below where they were during this time. The Fusas bowed to Alex, accepting him as their king. He then lifted his head up and roared in the sky. The Fusas then roared with him alongside as dramatic music played while the camera panned into the gray, cloudy sky, and then faded to black. The video then ended. I was appalled. I had never seen a twisted version of Madagascar. I grasped my hands over my face as if I were crying. I never knew people could add creepy shit into animated DreamWorks films like what they do with Pixar. I then went to delete the file, but I thought it would be a good idea if people would believe me. I posted the video to Google Drive and sent my friends a link via email. They were appalled too. Madagascar was a good movie for my childhood, but what I saw will always be in my nightmares forever. James Winterstone is technically the DreamWorks counterpart of Adam Kennington. Be careful what links you click on.